my point is, there's the bill in front of the Senate where it's originally 100 grand, both House and the Senate. And we should work towards that goal and then proceed further than that. But because there's a bill there, even though part one of the two was watered down to 50 grand by somebody, who knows who did that, trying to get it to pass, we should go for that 100 grand as a step first and then say, but by the way, it's not even the state's business what we're doing, it's local control. But to say, it's 20 grand now, it used to be 10 grand, you've taken a step, let's take another step to 100 grand off the top before you're taxed straight without a percentage, and then take another step beyond that. So that's I say, what the public needs to know is there are bills there now. Let's expand on what's there.
Yeah, well, like I said, I just see it as, I almost see it as an insult to the homeowner. Yeah.
What is? That it's too little?
Yes.
Well, then say that. Fill your sentence up so people know that you're referring to.
Well, I mean, I think that
little,
maybe, well, I'm
that
thinking that even
one.
the route is, there may be a different route to take. You know, maybe instead of an exemption, you know, why not just reduce in half of the domicile homeowner's tax? And you're not profiting from it.
Right. So what, it just basically turns out for more cash for the employees of the borough? To do what with?
Well, it's like this new park. I mean, they're talking about they've got enough money for the parks and services to keep the parks and services that we have up to par. Because remember, last summer, they were shutting down those parks, they were saying they couldn't work maintenance and people working there, but yet they're funding another park to be built.
It's just an expansion of government, it just continues. That's what's wrong. They always go bigger, 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 and yet they keep...
So you like Wolfgang's cartoon? The big guy?
To me, it's a secret, quiet behind the
money.
thing going on. Continues growth in government, and you know, that needs to be exposed by the numbers, you know, in the budget. Bring out the budget, show us where you're cutting, and it's not being cut. It's always growing.
Well, the thing is I still believe that you can keep the services that are being provided just become more efficient.
More efficient, that's it. And they're afraid to cut one single job.
And get it all.
That's it, you know, I don't know. I just feel here. I feel that the average everyday worker works every day.
I want some
trying to raise a
people
future. Really, we could maybe wants to just have a fun day, spend time with the kids, watch a football game. You know, I don't think they are the ones that are maybe represented.
In the camera. I'm filming. One of the reasons I'm doing stuff like this is to film it.
Yeah. Those are the ones that I want to make them aware of what's.
So, would you guys like to?
I just think they waste too much.
Would you guys like to have a seat? I'm going to do some filming of the Wolfgang's presentation here.
You want some
background? Yeah, I just want some
bodies?
Yep.
Oh, you want us to sit there?
And listen, pretend like...
Then.
Well, you better do it because you learn something if you... Could you make a picture of the... before you start of this thing? No, not when I get ready, you know. You know what that is?
Brick wall.
Yeah. Okay. It's in June.
Let me
No.
pause the camera for a second.
You could pick it up and then show it. This is it. Gives you an idea what that wall is all about. And
Okay, talk to the camera. Ignore us. No, that's fine. Yeah. Talk that direction a little bit, but you know, like you're talking about.
Well, and I have to talk to you and ask questions.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you for all coming here today. The subject is whether the property tax exemption is the only logical way to reduce property tax to the homeowner, that is double tax. But before we go into this, we take some fundamental looks at the Constitution. The Alaska Constitution mandates that the legislature shall provide for maximum local self-government. And the legislature doesn't do that. They tell the local governments you cannot accept more than $20,000. So I have an illustration here. And if you can't see that, maybe I'll come a little closer.
I'll add it later.
Okay, that's, you know what it is. That is a Chinese wall, the Great Wall, one of the world wonders. And the people in China, they were always invaded by the barbarians or from the north, and they didn't like it because they were peaceful people. And they said, well, we do something about it, and we build a wall. And if you could look at that picture, you couldn't climb over the wall, you couldn't dig under the wall, you couldn't break it down, not at least at that time. And they couldn't go around the wall. Yet after that big wall was built, the barbarians invaded them 3 times. How did that happen? Any idea?
Bribed their way through, paid the guards to let them through.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. The guards got bribed and then invaded, and
Because the guards got paid very little, so that bribe was a big thing.
I don't know if that was the case. Nevertheless, that's what happened. And what do you think would happen to those guards if they would have been caught by the Chinese? What would you think their punishment would have been?
Death.
Yes, ma'am. Fine. Now, our Constitution, the United States Constitution, and the state Constitution, are the wall, just like the Chinese wall. They protect us from the invasion of the government. And who are the gods for that?
The legislators.
No,
Politicians.
no, not the politicians. Well, they should be, because why? Because the only reason for that, to hold up the Constitution, is a oath of office, right? But there's no penalty if you don't uphold the oath of office. It used to be that under the Magna Carta way back when, the penalty was treason, death. They convicted them of treason if they violated the Constitution, and they had that job done. But we don't have that here. So, because of the legislature and the government and the executive branch and the judicial branch, all they have to do is uphold the office on an oath. So, why should they uphold the office if there's no penalty? So those guards, like on the Chinese wall, are going to be broken, and this is what happens.